Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Just a heads up, actually, I don't think I'm an expert in branding, but Jason is kind enough to invite me, so I will share about what I know, about how I develop my brands, and then some of the mindset that I had or I have now while developing a brand or company. Okay, so let me start by introducing myself. My name is Edward. I'm actually graduated as a medical doctor. I'm not practicing it. I'm a managing director of the Merck Group. So actually I founded my very first venture back in 2013 when I was still a medical student. And then fast forward a few years, I founded the Merck Group. Right now we are a group of closing to 80s, handling, managing 4 outlets in Johor, Bahru at the moment. So these are my team, and then these are the brands that I'm managing right now. The first one would be Faculty of Cafe, the cafe I started back then when I was a student. And then over here I also have a concept called Replacement. It's actually a accommodation plus cafe, so it's a bed and breakfast concept. Shakespeare is a dessert shop, and then Tropic is actually our latest project. It's a day, by the day it's a cafe, by night it's a modern semi-fine dining and wine bar, and then it sits up to 120 packs, so it can turn to an event space. So it's the kind of versatility of spending, that's why Tropic is how it's set up to be. Right. So today the topic is branding and design. To me, I feel that branding and design is actually two very different topics, but somehow it's related. So if you ask me what is the definition or what is the meaning of branding of a company, essentially it means how you want to identify yourself, how do you want to brand yourself. Look at it as a person, that how do you want your company as a person to relate and communicate with the community, to the consumer. Okay, that is very important. So to quote actually Jeff Bezos, he said, actually brand is like a reputation of a person, essentially. So your reputation, you earn your reputation by trying to do things well over time. Okay, there's no shortcut to it, and that is very, very true. So no matter how interesting your model is, no matter how profitable, how well you monetize it, but for the consumer, for the general public, it takes time for them to understand you. It can be sometimes very long, sometimes very short, but this step will never skip. That's how I look at it. You need to find a way to connect with your consumer so that they will become your fan base and support your product. Just like there are so many tech companies, but why Apple is so different? Their core values and then their narrative is very different from others. Okay, or it used to be lah. So let's move on to a very important concept that I feel when setting up a brand. So there are so many pitches just now, but how many of you actually ask yourself actually who you are as a company, and then what you are doing, and then how you are doing it? So you differentiate yourself, how you differentiate yourself differently, and then what is actually the purpose of this company? Are you there to earn money, or you are there to actually solve a problem at the same time you earn money? That is actually what investors would like to hear. I think we would like to, a lot of investors would like to hear a lot of money-making proposal, but if you are not actually solving a problem or actually having a very clear purpose, there's not much investing value in it because of the sustainability and then the potential to grow or scalability. That's how I look at it. Okay. So the first thing I would like to emphasize is actually how you position your brand statement. So just on the 1-minute pitch, you can start by saying this easily, so that people instantly understand who you are, what you want to do, and what's the difference of you compared to other competitors. Okay. So a simple template would be you can follow this, a specific brand, provide to a target audience, and then with what value that is very different compared to other competitors, and then by what you do, you can do this. So here is an example, not exactly following the template, but you can see this is what Grab says to people. So you can see that the goals are set, basically, okay, I just read it out. The goals we have set out for ourselves are not easy to achieve, but we believe that one day soon, every single person in Southeast Asia will be able to travel safely, comfortably, and easily. So essentially, they are saying that my target audience is every single person in Southeast Asia, meaning what? Be it poor, be it rich, everyone. Grab want to make this so accessible that everyone can access it. Okay, that's one key point here. Second thing, travel safely, comfortably, and easily. So they want to enable traveling to become this transportation that is so convenient to everyone. So this is the unique value that they added on compared to other traditional transportation. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, next thing. Second one, brand promise. Essentially is how you want to aspire people. And then take Coca-Cola as an example. Basically, it's a company that sells soft drink, right? There's nothing much to it. Imagine someone come to you, a pitch, they say they want to start a soft drink company. You definitely will not invest it. But why are they so successful? They think of deeper meaning of how they want people to relate them to. For example, these are some examples. They constantly collaborate with a lot of sports, a lot of happening events. So when you think of optimism, positivity, all that, you instantly think of Coca-Cola. So probably that's something you can consider for a brand as well. How will you want people to relate to you? Okay. Next on, brand personality. And then I think that this is so important because it's not an effective tool. Okay. So essentially this is the voice and the visual cue that you give to your consumer. For example, you see Harley Davidson is giving you this kind of rebellious, independent, free-spirited, So what does it mean when you position or you show to the public that your company having this kind of character? Meaning to say, if your target audience, majority are those people, they will instantly feel very relatable to what you are doing or what you are selling. Maybe they haven't even seen your product, but they already so they feel that you are so relevant that your next product they can get it. So to elaborate further, I give you an example from Southwest Airlines in US. Back in the time, they are the most profitable airline, and they are the first budget airline in US. So this is what they say. They say we compete against the car and the bus. Sounds a bit ridiculous, right? They are airplane. Why are they competing? Because they are the champion for the common man. So meaning what? They tell everyone that they are this neighborhood, down-to-earth, friendly guy that you can depend on when you want to travel far. So the majority of people are the people that could not travel by flight back in time because traveling by flight is a luxury. So when they do this, the majority can relate to it and it becomes a huge success. So this is some of the narrative from the first, positioning of brand, thinking, what kind of aspirational message you want to send, what kind of brand personality you want to give it to your brand. For example, like the Julie, your business, you want to tell people that hopefully you can position it in a way that you are this very professional, caring, loving kind of company where you care about people's skin so much you want to tailor make a product for them so they can relate. But if you position it as super high tech, nanotechnology, people probably cannot understand, and that's not for the common people. So it's very important to understand your target audience, understand their personality, and then you communicate with them in that manner. Okay. So to end, let's show you these two scenarios. Okay. The brand I'm referring is Apple. This is actually from Simon Sinek. So imagine Apple say this: we make great computers. They are user-friendly, beautifully designed, easy to use. Want to buy one? It sounds okay, but I don't know anything about the company. I don't know what's their value. I don't know what's their purpose. I don't know what kind of company they are. But imagine another scenario, they say this, with everything we do, we aim to challenge the status quo, we aim to think differently. Our products are user-friendly, beautifully designed, and easy to use. We also just happen to make great computers for the buy one. So this particular statement is very powerful to their target audience. Because when they say this, people understand that they are not just a tech company, they are a company that their purpose is being innovative and continue to improve people's lifestyle by doing a lot of new innovations. Okay, so instantly people feel very connected, and then people will follow them. People realize that what kind of company they are and what is actually their core value is very aspirational. Okay, so this makes a huge difference, although they are both selling the same thing. Okay. I will not go deep into branding, but before I go to design, any question? Okay, no question, I'll move on. So basically branding is about identifying yourself. Ask yourself what kind of company you want to be. How would you want to portray yourself who your target audience or your market. Okay, that is very important. Okay, next one I'll talk about design. At the same time, I'll share a bit about my brand, how I developed it. So, to talk about branding and design, maybe a lot of you will think of logo, what kind of color palette, design, material you use. I think that comes later. First of all, you need to ask yourself what kind of person you want to be as a company. Okay, once you have that, once you are being very clear on that, then you decide what kind of budget you want to wear, how you want to do your makeups and things like that. Makes sense, right? So, Merck is a company, the company that I'm managing. The Merck Group is a company where we are a F&B based company. We want to pioneer the food scene in Johor, Bahru. We want to continue to be bringing the new elements and then improve the people on the experience in terms of F&B. So that's what we want to do. So when we have that kind of vision, everything we do when it comes out to design, it tends to be a bit adventurous. We want to give people different kind of experience. Okay, so this is you can see some of the traits from the brands that I'm developing here. So Tropic, like I mentioned just now, is a very ambitious project in terms of F&B, within the context of F&B, because you always see a lot of cafe, but you don't see cafe is bustling with dinner crowd at night. You see a lot of restaurant, but the restaurant mostly the crowd only come in like 7 o'clock. You don't see them come in, or maybe they come in lunchtime, but usually what they do at lunch. Okay, so Tropic is designed in terms of, because of this, we design this place that we want to target both the cafe crowd and then the dinner crowd. And then when necessary, the whole place become event space. Okay, so the whole design, including the layout, structural building itself, we design it. We want it to be very spacious, empty, versatile, that everything that you see in the sitting area we can empty out. Everything is portable. Okay, then you look at the layout, it is casual, but it's not super casual. It is classy, but not too like atas until not approachable. So daytime with the light coming in by the window looks like a perfect brunch place. People can go in for coffee, tea time, enjoying the view. And at nighttime, when everything is dark, we have very dim lighting, and it becomes this semi-dining concept. Okay, so think of a way how we want to design. Most of you here are tech-based companies, so you don't have physical space, but maybe you can utilize this mindset into how you design your user interface as well. You know, make it very versatile so that people can find it very easy to use, very friendly. Okay, then in terms of the design, if you talk about the aesthetic part, my word of advice would be try to be consistent, try to have a very consistent narrative, don't jump here and there. If your branding is designed to be, say, pink in color or some other color, stick with it, so that over time people can memorize you. Over time you are making an impression with people. Don't like be colorful, or today I pink, tomorrow I yellow, purple, then you are all over the place. That's why is it sometimes so costly to ask someone to do out a brand guide for you? Because all this means for something. All this has value with it. So you go for a very specific font. What kind of impression you want to make? I'm sure you know that different font give you different kind of feeling and vibe. Okay. So you can see that not only our interior is green, pink, wooden color, even our graphic, we try to be very consistent with it. So you can see here pink, green, and then some really nice marble tabletop. So we try to send that kind of message that we are serious, we are good quality, and then we are different. So you see our poster, we also try to utilize our actual interior design, the window, go into our graphic. So that again sparks a little bit of different, it makes people feel that, hey, this bunch of people is interesting. Right. So these are some other brands. Another good example, over here we are trying to sell a very minimalistic lifestyle. Everything is very minimal, so the interior very clean. There's not many different color palettes to it. We want to sell this idea that you can come in during early morning, have your hot coffee, and then have a breakfast, and then maybe read a book. Alright, that's the kind of direction we are going. So the font itself is not too modern, a bit classic. Color palette very